So, we finally have confirmation about the banners coming in version 5.5, including the 4-star characters. But what about the versions beyond that? What can we expect in the upcoming patches, all the way to version 5.8? In this video, we're going to break down everything we know so far, including leaks, speculations, and patterns Hoyoverse has followed in the past to predict which 5-star and 4-star characters are likely to return. If you're trying to decide whether to pull now or save for later, this roadmap will give you a clearer picture of what's ahead. Starting with version 5.5, we know that the featured 5-star characters will include Varesa, Xianyun, Xilanen, and Venti. While the exact order hasn't been officially confirmed, we can make an educated guess based on past banners. Usually, new 5-star characters debut in the first phase of an update, which makes it highly likely that Varesa will be featured in Phase 1. And since Xianyun specializes in enhancing plunging attack damage, it would make perfect sense for her to run alongside Varesa. That would leave Phase 2 for Xilanen and Venti. Xilanen has quickly proven herself to be one of the best all-around buffers in the game, boosting the damage of almost any team composition, while Venti remains the ultimate crowd control character, making Spiral Abyss runs much easier for those who don't yet have strong Anemo support. Varesa is shaping up to be an incredibly powerful plunge attack-focused Electro DPS, bringing a unique high-mobility playstyle that rewards aggressive gameplay. With her ability to unleash devastating plunging attacks infused with Electro, she's expected to be a top-tier choice for players who enjoy fast-paced combat and high burst damage. Meanwhile, Xianyun remains the best character for enhancing plunge attack damage, making her the perfect support for Varesa. If you're further interested in Varesa's kit, make sure to check out the video at the top right corner where I explain everything you need to know about her. Now, let's talk about the 4-star characters. According to leaks from HomDG Cat, we're expecting to see Ian-san, Gaming, Farazan, Beidou, and Yanfei. Their order is not confirmed, but we can try to place them logically. Since Gaming also specializes in a plunging attack-focused playstyle, it would make a lot of sense to put him in Phase 1 alongside Xianyun and Varesa. Ian-san is a brand new 4-star, is a great buffer for Varesa, and it would totally make sense for her to debut in the same phase as the new 5-star, so she will most likely appear in Phase 1 as well. That leaves Farazan, Beidou, and Yanfei. One of them could join Phase 1 as well, but I can't really decide what makes more sense. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Ian-san is looking like a strong Electro buffer, functioning similarly to Bennett, but without a designated buff field, making her more flexible for positioning. Gaming, on the other hand, is an okay plunge DPS, not groundbreaking, but definitely useful for early game players who want a reliable damage dealer. Farazan is an incredible Anemo buffer, making her essential to have at C6 for Xiao or Wanderer teams. Beidou remains a fantastic Electro sub-DPS, offering both off-field damage and strong defensive capabilities with her counter mechanic. Lastly, Yanfei is a solid Pyro DPS option, and if you manage to get her to Constellation 4, she even provides a shield, making her a more durable choice some teams. Since we're still missing one more 4-star in this version, we'll have to wait for further leaks to see who fills that final spot. Moving on to version 5.6, we are expecting to see a brand new 5-star character from Fontaine. Although their official name hasn't been confirmed, early leaks suggest that they could be called Akafi or Effie. This character is rumored to be a pyro sword user with a theme related to cooking or food-based abilities. Alongside this new Fontaine 5-star, we might also see a long-awaited rerun of Kokomi, who has been absent from banners for quite some time now. I mean, even Shinha got her rerun on the Liyue Chronicled Wish banner. There is just no way they are doing the same thing to Kokomi and letting her wait for much longer. Additionally, a Natlan character could return, with Mualani or Kinich being the most likely candidates. If Hoyoverse follows their usual pattern, this version could also mark the first rerun for Emily, who debuted a few updates ago. Then, we get to version 5.7, and this is where things start getting really exciting. The highlight of this patch is expected to be the debut of Skirk, a character who has been teased in Genshin Impact's lore for a long time. Many players assumed she would only become playable much later, possibly during the Snezhnaya storyline, but now it seems highly likely that she will be introduced in Natlan instead. Skirk is expected to be a 5-star Cryo DPS, which is a huge deal because Cryo hasn't received a top-tier DPS character in quite some time. Given her connection to the Abyss, she could end up being one of the most powerful Cryo damage dealers in the game, and her unique combat abilities might make her a must-pull for players who love Cryo-heavy teams. If you want a deeper dive into her possible abilities and mechanics, I covered that in a previous video, so be sure to check it out. Alongside Skirk, we are also expecting some major reruns. Mavwika is one of the most likely candidates for a rerun in this patch, given that Archons usually return about 4 updates after their initial release. Since Mavwika made her debut in version 5.3, version 5.7 is the perfect timing for her rerun. Additionally, we might see a Wamiya rerun in this version. Wamiya's rerun cycles tend to align closely with Archon banners, as we saw with Raiden Shogun's rerun in version 4.3, making her a strong possibility for 5.7. Finally, version 5.8 will be the last update before we move into Snezhnaya, and just like past updates before a major region release, this one is expected to feature a big summer event. These summer patches typically introduce special event skins, limited-time rerun banners, and a fun event story that brings together characters from different regions. Since this update will mark the final stretch of Natlan cycle, it makes sense for any remaining Natlan characters who haven't had a rerun yet to be included. This means we could see characters like Seatlali, Chaska, Kinich, or Mulani getting one final rerun before the transition into Snezhnaya. Predicting the other reruns for version 5.8 is a little more difficult since summer banners often depend on the characters involved in the event storyline. However, looking at past trends, we can expect a mix of Fontaine characters who haven't had a rerun in a while, along with some older characters who are due for another appearance. I'd really like to think about a possible Navia rerun. Summer banners often include some fan-favorite characters as well, so it also wouldn't be surprising if we saw another Archon rerun or another limited-time character making a return. But remember, speculations this far into the future are always a bit shaky, so take everything with a grain of salt. Overall, the roadmap for version 5.5 through 5.8 is shaping up to be packed with strong banners, new characters, and long-awaited reruns. Whether you're looking to pull for new 5-stars like Varesa and Skirk, or you're waiting for returning favorites like Mavwika and Kokomi, there's something for everyone in the upcoming updates. If you're not sure who to save for, my advice would be to plan around your team needs. If you want a powerful Cryo DPS, then Skirk is a must-pull. If you need a universal buffer, Xilanin is an incredible option. And if you're all about crowd control, Venti is still a strong choice. What do you think of these upcoming banners? Are you planning to save for any specific characters, or are you waiting for even more leaks before making a decision? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on all the latest banner leaks, character releases, and Primogem saving strategies, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Thanks for watching, and good luck with your pulls!